Today on Inquirer. The low-pressure area inside the Philippine Area of Responsibility may intensify and bring rains to parts of the country. Death toll from shearline-induced rains and floods last Christmas weekend climbs to 25. SIM card registration assistance services will be made available at retail and service outlets of telcos. And the price of onion has skyrocketed to 600 pesos a kilo in some public markets. Good evening. The low-pressure area inside the Philippine Area of Responsibility may intensify into a tropical cyclone and will bring cloudy skies and rains to parts of the country. To give us the weather update, joining us live is Pagasa weather specialist Benison Estareja. Benison?
Our viewers, as of 3 in the afternoon, the low-pressure area was estimated at 210 kilometers east of Surigao City, Surigao del Norte. It's currently being monitored, but as of the moment, it has a low chance of becoming a tropical cyclone based on the satellite animation. As of now, this low-pressure area will bring cloudy skies with some scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over most of the country, and that includes the entire Visayas, Palawan, Bicol region, northern Mindanao, and Caraga region. Possible flash floods or landslides may be expected. On the other hand, we have northeast monsoon or amihan affecting Luzon. Expect cloudy skies with rains in the next 24 hours over Cagayan Valley, Cordillera region, Aurora, and Quezon, whereas for Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some light rains. The rest of Mindanao expects some partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some isolated rain showers or thunderstorms due to the trough or the extension of the said low pressure area. So within the next 24 hours, this LPA may cross between Visayas and Mindanao, and tomorrow morning it is expected somewhere to be along or near Sulu Sea, and it may cross southern Palawan thereafter. So that's around Friday. This low pressure area is also being monitored as it may intensify or it may enhance the northeast monsoon as well as the shear line, and this may cause at times heavy rains still over many parts of southern Luzon and Visayas.
Benison, I'm curious, how will this affect the weather on New Year's Eve?
Based on the latest weather forecast of Pagasa, by December 31, the low pressure area may be around the West Philippine Sea area, so it will still bring rains over parts of southern portion of Palawan. On the other hand, the amihan or the northeast monsoon may weaken because this low pressure area is steering the northeast monsoon away from our country. So the northeast monsoon or those cooler weather conditions may be expected only somewhere in northern Luzon, whereas in the rest of the country, we will expect some slightly warmer conditions and some isolated rain showers.
All right, thank you, Benison. That's Pag-asa weather specialist Benison Estareja. 12 more deaths have been reported from heavy rains and floods last weekend. The death toll from shearline-induced rains and floods over the Christmas weekend climbed from 13 to 25, according to the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council. 26 individuals remain missing. 9 were injured, while at least 393,069 have been displaced by the heavy rainfall that triggered massive flooding in parts of Visayas, Mindanao, and southern Luzon. Most of these deaths were reported in northern Mindanao with 16, 5 were logged in the Bicol region, and 2 each in eastern Visayas and Zamboanga Peninsula. The shear line, or the point where warm and cold air meet, began to trigger rain over parts of Luzon and Visayas on December 18. SIM card registration assistance services will be made available at retail and service outlets of telecommunication firms. That's according to the National Telecommunications Commission. After glitches and other difficulties for the first day of SIM card registration on Tuesday, NTC Deputy Commissioner John Paulo Salvajan informed mobile subscribers to visit stores or branches of telecommunication operators if they may need assistance for registration. According to Salvajan, Ditto Telecommunity has already set up an in-store assistance service, while Globe Telecom Incorporated is scheduled to start the service in February 2023. The NTC has also announced the creation of a task force to monitor the implementation of the SIM card registration. For provinces with weak signals, Salvajan also said that an ad hoc committee would be formed to tackle the issue. Meanwhile, the price of onion has skyrocketed to 600 pesos a kilo in some public markets. Despite the doubling of onion prices to 600 pesos a kilo compared to last month's level, the Department of Agriculture said it is not considering the importation of the commodity because there is still enough supply. Based on the DA's price monitoring as of Tuesday, prevailing prices of locally produced red onions averaged 500 pesos a kilo, an increase of 150% from 200 pesos a year ago. Local red onions retailed from a low of 460 pesos a kilo at Mega Q Mart in Quezon City to a high of 600 pesos at San Andres Market in Manila and Marikina Public Market in Marikina City. These prices are way more than the suggested retail price for red onions set by the DA at 170 pesos a kilo in October this year. But DA Deputy Spokesperson Rex Esto Perez said at the Laging Handa public briefing that the SRP was only a guide and that prices would still be determined by the available supply and the demand from consumers.
Yung 170 pesos per kilo na price cap natin, ayan po ay guide lang po yan. No? Hindi naman natin sinasabi kasi ang presyo naman ay nagdidikta niya ng supply and demand. So kung mahina ang supply mo nang gagaling sa atin pong mga produksyon, ang presyo ay talagang tataas. Sa ngayon po, kahit sa farm gate natin, sabi ko nga kanina, 300 pesos na yung bagong ani yan. And therefore, kung 300 pesos, pagdating ng sa ahente, papatungan, pagdating doon sa retailer, mataas din ang presyo. Ang tanong, pwede ba natin silang huhulihin based on the suggested retail price? Mukhang sa enforcement natin mahihirapan tayo doon. Kasi kung ilalagay natin sa ating mga kamay, yung pagsabihin na natin, magdidikta, wala nang magbebenta niyan kasi mataas ng presyo ang puhunan nila. So kanina nung pumunta tayo sa ating mga palengke, ang presyo ng sibuyas na maliit is 480, napakaliit po ng sibuyas na yon. Yung tunay sa medyo malaki na sibuyas natin, mga 520. Ang tinanong ko nga isang retailer na kung mabenta pa rin ba kahit ganun ang presyo, meron naman daw bumibili at hinihintay rin nila ang production this coming January. So ngayon pa rin ang presyo, ganun pa rin ang presyo ng ating sibuyas. Dati for 280, 260, 280, ngayon umaabot siya ng 460, umaabot siya ng 520.
Esto Perez could not provide an estimate of the volume of onions expected during next year's harvest season, adding that many farms were still recovering from the effects of typhoons. Despite soaring prices, Esto Perez said the DA still sees no reason to authorize onion importation as the country was assured of sufficient stock. Another former journalist has been tapped to head the Department of Social Welfare and Development as the interim appointment of Secretary Erwin Tulfo is still in limbo. Secretary Cheloy Garafil of the Office of the Press Secretary confirmed to reporters on Tuesday that Undersecretary Edu Panay will be the officer in charge of the DSWD in Tulfo's stead. The DSWD also confirmed the appointment of Panay as OIC. The government agency added that this is to ensure that its continuous operations, especially in providing assistance to those affected by the recent weather disturbance. The confirmation of Tulfo's appointment to DSWD was deferred by the powerful Commission on Appointments due to questions on the former broadcaster's conviction for libel and citizenship issues. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. can opt to reappoint cabinet officials whose appointment was deferred by the CA. The 24/7 Libreng Sakay sa EDSA Bus Carousel will have its last run by year-end. The free EDSA Bus Carousel service will be ending on Saturday, December 31, 2022, according to the Department of Transportation and the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board. Starting January 1, 2023 at 5 a.m., fares will be collected from passengers from PTX to Monumento and vice versa. According to the LTFRB, 80.8 million passengers availed of the free service as of December 27, while 87 operators and 751 public utility vehicles took part in the program. Alamin naman natin na ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama si Irvin Santiago ng Bandera.
Hi Bay at sa lahat ng mga kabandera natin all over the universe, ito na nga ang latest Bandera Chika. Maraming nang okray kay Tony Gonzaga matapos magwaging Best Actress si Nadine Lustre sa katatapos lamang na Metro Manila Film Festival 2022 Gabi ng Parangal. Si Nadine ang itinanghal na pinakamagaling na aktres para sa pelikulang Deleter mula sa produksyon ng Viva Films at sa direksyon ni Yearend. Sa ipinost na video ng Bandera sa Facebook kagabi, kung saan mapapanood ang pagtanggap ng dalaga sa kanyang Best Actress Trophy, ay sandamakmak na reaksyon ang nabasa namin mula sa netizens. Of course, nagpiesta ang mga loyal fans ni Nadine sa latest achievement na nakuha nito, pero may ilang netizens nga ang nang-okray kay Tony na isa sa mga nakalaban ng Deleter star sa pagka-Best Actress. Karamihan sa mga netizen ay nagtatanong kung ano na ang nangyari sa most powerful celebrity na ang tinutukoy nga ay si Tony Gonzaga na bida sa entry na may teacher kasama si Joey De Leon. Say ng ilang supporters ni Nadine, mas deserving naman daw ang dalaga kesa kay Tony base sa napanood nilang pelikula ng dalawang aktres sa taunang Film Fest. Pero in fairness, may mga nagtanggol din naman kay Tony na nagsabing siguradong hindi affected ang asawa ni Direk Paul Soriano sa mga patutsada ng mga bashers at haters sa SOCMED. Samantala, bukod kay Nadine, wagiring Best Actor si Ian Veneracion para sa Nanahimik ang Gabi, habang Best Supporting Actress naman si Dimples Romana for My Father, Myself at Best Supporting Actor si Mon Confiado para sa Nanahimik ang Gabi. Best Director naman si Yearend for Deleter na nagwagiring Best Picture ngayong taon sa MMFF 2022. Second Best Picture naman ang Mama Sapano Now It Can Be Told at third Best Picture ang Nanahimik ang Gabi. Abangan na lang natin guys kung anong pelikula ang tatanghaling top grosser sa 8 entries sa festival ngayong 2022. At yan ang Bandera Chika natin for today. Thanks, Bay!
Maraming salamat, Irvin. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Beatriz Pinlac. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.